All right, I guess I'm live. Get back in pocket. All right, I think we should be good. All right, shalom, shalom. Israel, Pastor Corey here this morning. Uh, Trying to come to you guys in light of the black and the whites, the black and white issue, and whatever we have with this whole matter. I want to just kind of explain some things to you all, in value of what's taking place, because we do have all sorts of ethnic groups in the ministry. We have all sorts of skin tones and skin colors, and you know I want to bring some value to all of this. When it come down to protests, I recently just had an opportunity to get on Facebook and see some of the things that are taking place with comments and ideas and thought process. But you got to remember this. All right. I wish I had my Bible. Gabby, are you doing something on your phone? Can you go to? You are doing something. Go to Zechariah chapter 1. Go to verse 14 for me, and then let me have your phone. Bless y'all, shalom, shalom. Because I want y'all to hear this. Look at me. I got black skin, and I ain't mad about it. I ain't, and I don't feel like this is a superiority, because y'all's chosen people was dark skinned or bronze or none of those things. I've never let somebody calling me a nigger take me all the way out of capacity. But even in me doing videos, I know you all have heard me in times past, and so I want to read this, because this, whenever me, Pastor Dow, Teacher Eric go in, I'm gonna bring this verse back to life here in Zechariah chapter 1, and it's actually verse 15. All right, and it says, "And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease." Now let's pause. Let's listen. See, that pertains. This is what I'm looking at, all of this through the eyes of the Most High. When we have this type of thing that's going on, so I'm looking at it from His eyes, and so it ain't a race thing at all, but it becomes a black and white issue. And I'm gonna tell you why it becomes a black and white issue. I'm gonna tell you how. And I want you to listen intently so you don't miss that. But I gotta explain a few things first, right? Because this is gonna touch. It's gonna touch Shofar Mountain. This is gonna touch a lot of things. It's gonna touch a lot of places. It's gonna touch a lot of people. And if your heart is displaced, you are going to miss it. I guarantee you. All right. So let me ask this question before I go in. I'm in going in mode right now. I'm in a going in mode. All right, in the comments, if the video is fine, give me a 7. And if the sound is good, give me a 77. All right. So I'm asking for two things. The video is good, give me a 7. And if the sound is good, give me a 77. All right. And so I want to make sure we good to go. Because I chose to go a route where the video should be good enough, and the signal. There we go. Like it. Okay, there we go. Awesome. All right. So let's touch. So y'all said here in Zechariah, watch this. "I am very sore displeased with the heathens that are at ease." So what do you mean? What are we talking about when you are at ease? Well, without looking behind everything, and I don't, and I'll have Sister Gabby look behind it while I'm driving, but just offhand, You know, you got all, and see, so I can go where it talks about the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So in this, you're drinking from the wine of Babylon, so you got all that you want. Everything is good to go, and you're not really under that much stress, because remember, Revelation, he said, I know thy poverty and thy tribulation. See, so see right there, we got to start digging into this thing on a whole nother. Because see right here, you know, the heathen is at ease, but then he said, I know thy poverty and I know thy tribulation. Okay, so automatic. See, I identified with Deuteronomy 28 when I first came in, not because somebody told me, but see, it was already questions swirling around in my mind. If you go back to OIM, which the oppressor is manifested. So when you go back, you got to really go listen to that. You can't just say, oh, this was good. No, you got to listen at what I was saying in there. Because see, here's what I'm going to bring out. Let me finish this. All right? Let me finish this. Because I want to touch something this morning, so we don't get it confused. He said, for I was but a little displeased. I was a little displeased. Displeased at who? At my people. I was teaching them something. I was upset that I gave them a covenant and my covenant they did break. So I was a little sore displeased. I was planning on bringing them back. I was going to get, because I got a promise. I made a promise to Abraham. I made a promise to Isaac. I made a promise to Jacob. All right? He said, but I was a little displeased. And they forward or furthered. Some of the translations, they furthered. And they helped forward the affliction. Look, affliction. That you helped forward. You furthered the affliction more than what God intended. So, if we dealing in this capacity, what are we looking at? See, I've been saying a lot of these things. If you ever heard me preach, you heard me talk in this subject, I said organizations is not the answer. Because what I'm looking at, like I was talking to the saints this morning around, breakfast talk, is that the issue that we have is that the people that are out protesting is without knowledge. You know what I mean? And they don't know who Yah is. So we've been trying to find a way to express ourselves, that's why a long time ago I marched in the parade with the Black Panthers. So, and you don't know, and guess what? I've never been racist. I've never had hate for white people or Chinese people or, on and on. What we had got together back then, it's just like it's a mass influx of dope, drugs. We get some of the most, sophisticated weapons in the hood when we don't even own it. We ain't got money to even get it in there. How the hell we get it? So that's my whole point. But then see what happened. This is what's happening. You gotta understand. I'm gonna say this once. The Black Lives Matter, all the protests, all the people. I'm gonna say this. This is why I agree with what they're doing. I agree with the fact that they don't know who Yah is and they don't know how to express themselves, so they are rising up in what appears to be the best way of going about and trying to say, I'm tired of being oppressed. I'm tired of you furthering the affliction. I'm tired of being in poverty. I'm tired of going through tribulation. See, we know. Yah gave us wisdom. Our eyes have been opened. The veil has been moved. So what you got to understand is if you are of any other race. Don't look at it like, damn, them people, because that's all you fall in the same category. See, Yah's people, remember, they had zeal for him, but not according to knowledge. That's why we foolishly jumped around in churches. And that's why we was, hitting our head on pews while we was, supposed to been having, quote unquote, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing when it comes down to all of these issues that's coming. Because see, let me say this, watch this. How many of you see, and I don't downplay that, because we want to bring it back. How come we don't say nothing when when white people get shot by police? Well, guess what? I'm not for nobody being abused, nobody being mistreated. But how many times have you rose up in account? Because here's the thing, in Isaiah 58, it says, don't let the stranger come and say, he has separated me from his people. You can't get separated. When you come this way, you under the curse too. So guess what? If you're at Shofar Mountain, you are at any other place, then guess what? It becomes a black and white issue, because you get lumped in. If you was a stranger and your skin color was a different color, then guess what? And you had to fight in the war with Israel, guess what? It's a black and white issue, because guess what? Now you join in with the troubles and the people. You join in with the trouble and the people. So your preaching has to be in line with preaching in regard of what's happening to the Israelites, Yah's people. You got to be sensitive to the things like what happened to Pastor Corey. I pulls up at Sprouts. I'm pulling out the space at Sprouts when I did the video about, I think, will it be a present day Emmett Till situation? I can't remember the title of the deal, but I got on live because I was hot. Because it's like all my life, damn, I ain't trying to do nothing to nobody. But look, I'm pulling out a parking space. Look, I'm 3/4 out of the space. The woman way back there. But another car, only reason why I stopped, because another car was coming. It was coming. So I stopped. Because it was flying. See, out in Lee Summit, these people that look, they walk out behind your cars. They just drive through the damn parking lot like a bat out of hell. Because guess what? You got this mindset that you just, I don't know, you untouchable. I always stop. Don't I always stop when cars pull out the parking space? Do I stop? Yes. So I can let them pull out. I stop and let people go in the door. I'm like, damn. But you keep walking. The car went. I'm already out. I said, let me go here before another car comes. But here it is. You just walk, and walk with your buggy, and just come like. And then come your daughter. Your daughter stopped, so I looked around. She stopped. Now guess what? You start back walking again. Then you come and see, this is what I'm talking about right here. Listen. Her daughter comes around the car. You come around in my car. Hey, you almost hit my daughter. I'm sitting there looking at her like, do you freaking realize? Do you realize? But guess what? I was good. Then you kept talking. So when I got ready to let the window down, she said, smoking weed. Listen. You see, when that ain't what you do, it burns you to the core, because here it is. So that's a racist comment. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, but how much, somebody explain to me on here, how much of that do I have to take? How much do, me and Gabby, here it is, my picture is on the wall in this house, and the lady in Independence lied, here it is, some black people breaking in the house out in Independence. Is it racist, baby? It's racist. It is racist. So listen, you wasn't there for that. You didn't go through that with me. Here it is. I had to take what happened at Sprouts, but I also had to take this what happened in independence. I had to take that for no reason. You know, here it is. You come telling us get down the ground. I had to point and show you. Here, number one, my damn son. My sons, Gabe and Demore in the freaking, no, they're in the car. We trying to get them in the house. We found out they locked the door, so we go to the back so we start moving our stuff out. Because we found the place. You didn't want us to move, but you wanted us to pay that price you wanted us to pay. We told you what we were doing. This is way early in the month. What, early in the month? Early in the month, like the contract say. That's what it's saying. That's what it's saying. So here it is. You come off and you tell the police we breaking in. We had to, man, I'm like, look, man, I'm already pissed. I'm already pissed. I don't have to be dealing with nothing, bro. I ain't breaking in nothing, man. Look, here go my wife, here go my children. My picture is on the wall. Look in that window, man. I'm on the wall. I'm trying to move. The lady called the police for no reason. Look, then I'm going to the gym. What I do? This is my career. I'm going to the gym. All I did was get up in the morning. Listen, look at my face. I got up in the morning to go to work, so I don't be like an infidel. Take care of my own household. And here it is, you pulling me over. You pull me over. I got to get on the ground. Here it is. We breaking in houses in an all-white neighborhood. You said Gabby was in there doing the robbing, and I was the driver. But why you got me? Then why you got me walking and they identifying me if she was the one? See, but hold up. Here it is. I watched the police watch me when I was in line in the drive-through window when I'm coming home from college. I came home, come back, stop, get me something to eat. I'm in the drive-through. They pulled in the lot, pulled around. They went and sat over across the street. Wasn't nothing wrong with my tags, everything legit, everything good. Here it is. Look, I come out the drive-through window. This is Taco Bell. I'm eating Taco Bell. The cop pulls me over. He gets our food. He tells us to get out the car. He gets my food and he sticks his finger in my Taco Bell like this. Said, asked me, am I selling drugs? Open up all my tacos. Then he looked, said, well, ain't nothing in there here. Enjoy your meal. So what do you do about that? What do you do? What do you do? What do we do? You see, you furthering the affliction. You want me to keep going? Because I got more. Watch this. Here go another one. We running up the street. Me and one of my little brothers. We running up the street. Guess where we just came from? Church. We got on dress clothes. I run up the street. And all we doing is jogging so we can get up the street. Because it be stray dogs. The police, you going up the street, all of a sudden, you just speed up and cut us off. You almost hit me. You hear me? You almost hit me. You ran up on the curb. And then you hit my little brother in the leg with the billy club. Bam. Tony like, what we do? I'm like, man, I'm looking like, hell, what? He's like, hey, look in the bushes. They just threw drugs in the bushes. I'm like, oh, man, we just came from church. I'm going up the street, man, to go up and see my friend. We go play video games. But you see what I'm saying? I've been dealing with this my whole life because of this, because of my skin. At some point, you damn near want to change it. Because it's like, damn, what I do? So then when Yah woke me up, I gained knowledge. That's why I'm like, oh, man. See, when I read in Isaiah 14, when I says, he gonna, bring the nations under that same bondage. You who smoked the people with a continual stroke. Man, when I heard that, I was like, that sounds like a damn whip. That sounds like a whip whooping some ass, beating somebody on their damn back. You know, I mean, it's like, see, you got to understand. People upset, people, man, people. See, because they know it. You got my grandma. Look, my grandma picked cotton. My great grandma picked cotton. My great grandma was a slave. We looking up all of this stuff. So it's like we want to sweep it under the rug, even to the point. Watch this. When you start lying to black children that's coming up now, and you saying that slavery was indentured, it was indentured. When you start saying that, and you ain't telling, so it's a black and white issue, especially for Israel, because we are one nation, and we got to speak out against the furthering of affliction, like we said, in the form of what's written in the book. See, you ain't gonna catch me out there. You ain't gonna catch the elders. You ain't gonna catch Pastor Dial out there protesting. But see, I'm not gonna be the one to say, well, they wrong for expressing themselves. I'm saying you wrong for the things that you're doing. You go tear up your own stuff when you ain't gonna go and stand and begin to express that. Look, we had enough. We had enough of you just because because guess what? Ain't nobody's gonna say nothing. But here's the thing that I want to use this platform for is, see, yesterday I went live for a reason on my page, and see, you know, for myself, let me tell you something about me. See, I'm just talking to y'all real and straight up today. All right. See, let me tell you something about Pastor Corey, or you know who these people on Facebook used to call CP. See, they know me from back there in the street, back there in the hood. You know, I had people get on Facebook yesterday that they wanted to see what was going on. You wanted to hear what was going on. It was mind blowing that you saw me on there. I had a guy that me and him ain't spoke because we had got into it. You know, we had some different things going on. Yesterday, you got on Facebook on that timeline and said, "What's up, brother? Love you." I'm like, what? I know I'm finna lay truth to you, because see, my deal is I need to impart wisdom and knowledge. See, wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is the principal thing, and we got to begin to impart wisdom in our people that don't understand. We got to impart wisdom. See, now I've been saying this, so now we right back to the same thing. I had this talk with Pastor Fox a while back. It's your job, like you see Teacher Eric, Teacher Shane, you know, and other brothers. You know, when I had to talk, I remember talking to Brother Patrick down there on the land, and you know, Brother Pat was just as open and true about it. See, that's who I can call that my brother. But when you can't talk about it, and all you doing is fluffing over and talking about, you know, the disciples. And wait a minute. See, ain't nothing wrong with preaching the gospel. But see, when you when you scared to touch it, when you scared to put your hands on and keep your hands on, not graze over. You can't graze over this, because this is what it's coming down to. It's coming down to. It's gonna keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. It ain't gonna stop. So you gotta be willing to know that you gonna be a part of it. See, because the hate ain't gonna stop, and eventually it's gonna come to where they already know who we are, and so they coming. But guess what? You signed up because you said you was y'all people also. So that means they coming for you. So it's better to wake up people with the truth right now. It being a black and white issue, meaning that if you white, you better speak this same truth that I'm speaking, and you better tell your people as well. Just like if I'm black, then I need to make them understand that it ain't about race. It never been about race. More so than it is, this has been a affliction given by Yah, but guess what? The oppressor is furthering the affliction. See, it's good for me to say that. I know that's true. That sounds true, Gabby.
Yes.
Is that too much? Am I off? And what is it? No, spot on. It's spot. I know it's spot on. You can get your ass off here. It's spot on. So I'm just telling you. So you don't ever get it twisted past the cord. Hey, I smile and grin. And y'all be meek and humble because the Most High Yah had took the anger away from me. You know, I got delivered. That's one of the first spirits I had taken, taken away from out of my vessel. Because, listen, I done turned tables over. I done kick water fountains off. Gabby did it.
Yes.
Man, I done kick bathroom stalls down. Cause guess what? It was the release to keep from hitting somebody in their goddamn mouth, from running their mouth. Cause I would hit, boy, back in the day, I would hit. Listen, all you had to do look like you were saying, bam, right in your damn mouth, running your damn mouth. Boy, I'm telling you, that's what it was. I'm just telling you. See, so I praise Yah for his deliverance. I praise Yah that he is who he say he is. So I'm just telling you that we have a issue going on in this country, and what Yah want us to wake up to is that these are all signs and indicators that, see, these is insurrections that's rising up, and some of the insurrections that's going to rise up in the cities was going to be his people who lacked the knowledge of who he was. And so now you have, because see, watch this. This other part I want to share, and then I'm going to let you all go. T.I. got on, I don't know if it was this morning when he did it, or if it was yesterday, in wake of another incident that took place in Georgia. And so now the country already on fire. And we seeing them pour gasoline on it because they are trying to incite this. I said it. They trying to incite it. This is perpetuated. But however, it don't erase wrongs. It don't erase the feeling of hurt, the feeling of being tired. Because guess what? When I keep saying it, it's a constant reminder of my food getting dug in. It's a constant reminder of standing back there in the backyard with a gun pointed at me. It's a constant reminder of laying on the ground and having to walk, and all I did, look, I've been trying to walk straight. I've been trying to walk straight, but it's a reminder that you ain't gonna get a chance to walk straight, because I ain't gonna let you walk straight because your skin. It's a reminder. So I can tell you, if you don't understand, that people is tired. They are tired. Tired. You hear me? Tired. Like we say in St. Louis, tired. You hear me? People tired. So I'm just telling you, you better understand that. You better understand it. That people is tired of the buffoonery, the stupidity, the no reason. Last week when I was at K-State training, it was a girl up there on campus, and I know they're gonna deal with her, but she made some racist comments. And you got all of these little black football players up there that they coming from these different places. You coming from the hood, you coming from here, you coming from there, and you on a team with white players, and it's like nobody has any answers for these black players, because now you seeing all this stuff happen. But guess what? I sat down and I shared some light. I showed them a patron video. I began to talk to them about why I observe the Sabbath. I talked to them about the curses. I showed them some things you had no clue. And now there's some interest there, because I don't want you, I don't want them to go ignorantly into this thing like a lot of people is going to go. See, T.I. was talking about this issue, and he said, look, he said, this ain't about our people. This ain't about myself, and I'm just paraphrasing. But it's about all of us, the whites and the blacks, that's standing out here and understand that we're just tired of the oppression. We are against white supremacy. And I can agree with that because you're looking at this thing the wrong way. You're looking at it the wrong way if you're gonna keep pushing race superiority when it ain't no such thing. You know, it's like you got to get to a point where you understand. Don't let this be a thing in your mind where it causes you to be destroyed in ignorance. See, I'm against that. I ain't never for it. I ain't gonna get caught up in it. But I want you to understand the depth of what's in the mind of some of these people. Because here's, you know, what I'm seeing with all these celebrities. They're coming out. You know, I'm seeing Fantasia. She's talking about she's an Israelite right now. I'm looking at Ice Cube. You know, he's talking about he's an Israelite. So guess what? See, people are coming. They're gonna come. They're gonna come. They're gonna wake up. Israel gonna wake up. The descendants of the slaves is gonna wake up. They're gonna wake up because you're being forced to wake up because it's just too much. It's too much. And so that's what I'm praying, that the Most High wakes up his chosen people. See, it's still people yet to come into this way. So that's why I don't deny it, because it's so much out there. You know, when I look at, you know, a lot of different things that I done brought out in different teachings, things Pastor Dow done brought out, things you done heard. See, but I ain't never been one to stand on street corners and talk about licking up the dust of off my boots, because Yah got his timing for everything. See, and when I see all of these, you know, the white people that are being in step with the black people, that's the black and white issue that we're talking about. When I see people starting to come out and apologize, that's just another sign for me that Yah's timing is nearing, because it's the same thing. You know, like I was saying in Isaiah 49, when you see that people are going to be brought back in the arms of the Gentile, when you see in Zephaniah that people are going to be brought back as offering, that means somebody's heart was concerned and turned. They saw that the affliction was furthered, and they decided, look, look, I'm not with them. I don't believe in that oppression that's going on. So I get it. So here's my admonishment to everybody. If you arguing about these black and white issues, I advise you to approach it from understanding. Understand that there's a serious issue. You know, especially right here where you have ships like the White Galley that brought slaves from the White Slave Coast, or also known as the Gold Coast, or guess what, the Kingdom of Judah. According to that map right there in Africa, they brought these slaves to these different ports, and these descendants are in these places. And so it's like I asked the football players that I was training last week at K-State. I said, why is, first of all, the first question I asked, I said, so y'all just not coming into this, y'all ain't never seen nothing like this in your lifetime. See, back in the 1990, I believe, there was a big, I think that was around, matter of fact, it was around the Rodney King incident. You know, they tore Warrensburg, Missouri up. That's where the college where I went to, the University of Central Missouri. Man, you couldn't leave that town. They had the National Guard there. You couldn't leave. You couldn't enter. I mean, boy, the blacks and the whites was separated. It was nuts. But in their lifetime, it's their first time seeing it, because everybody's been going to school together and dating each other and hanging out and doing this and doing that. And, you know, and dressing the same, and but they didn't know it really was up under there. You didn't know it was underlying. You didn't know. So I asked a question. I said, how long has black people been oppressed? I said, let me ask this. Is it 1 century? No. 2? No. What about 3? No, it's been going on way long. It's been more than 10. I said, I said, well, what makes you say that? Because you can just go back in history and see all the things that have taken place. And it's like it's now resurfacing. I said, well, you wise enough to know that it's resurfacing, or that it never really went nowhere, or whatever you think. I said, so then let me ask this question. Why is it then that black people have to continue facing this? What is it going to take for these type of things to end? And watch this. Well, we just got to get out and do something. You see what I'm saying? We have to get out and do something. I said, well, what if I told you was God's people, and you just need to return to him, and all the people who is God's people, whether you white or black, and we all need to come to him and begin to cry out day and night, like Jesus gave the admonishment through the parable in Luke 18 verse 1 through 8, when he said the widow continued to cry out to the wicked judge, and knowing that the Father is who he say he is, what if we all just came together and cried out together? So what I'm saying to you is that you got to be wise enough to know where we are in the scheme of things with the Most High. And you got to understand that if you ain't never been black, if you ain't never had the things, because I got more. I only just said a few on here. How many more you want? Because I can sit here till I get to my destination. I can continue to go. That's how much it's been for this black skin. That's how much it's been. It's been like that. So you gotta understand, some of these young guys, they sin. It's like one of my clients, he was telling me what happened to him in class. He's like, it's straight racist. They try to blame on, he wrote his paper. If it wasn't for the timestamp when his paper got submitted, they was getting ready to kick him out, take his scholarship, trying to say that he took some white girl's paper and made it his own. And the girl herself was trying to say that it wasn't, but you was insisting on it was him as one of these little black football players. See, it don't stop, man. It just keep going. So y'all, get your mind ready and geared for the depth of what's getting ready to go on in this country. Get your hearts ready. Pray, watch and pray. But you definitely better be ready to put your hands with my hands. If the time came for us to guard and keep ourselves from any force of overtaking where they try to come. Because guess what? You in some of these communities together. We together. We y'all's people, right? And we ain't gonna let nobody take over. Look, if the strong man would have kept watch, he wouldn't have suffered his home being broken up. So you gotta see it, man. I'm praying that Yah wakes up a lot more of his people, and not with foolishness, not with going out and cursing out people and holding up signs and condemning to hell. Neither should we have to go out and burn up our own damn property, you know. But at some point, the uprising is gonna cause the real people to wake up and find the Most High Yah, and that's the depth of all of this. But I wanted to bring some clarity and some understanding. Don't get me twisted. I done been in the fight. I done been there. You know, I got, I've left my people and clung to Yah's people. And that's whoever Yah brought together. I left my mother and father and brother and sister. So, even yesterday when I went live, I had one of my older sisters. She got on and was getting ready to watch the feed. We got horrible signal out there. It's terrible, and we was trying to be outside, but maybe y'all would bless us with what we need to, really do a powerful broadcast from the land and do what we doing. Because it's getting harder and harder to go out in public and rent places and do things where, you can, do this peacefully. I don't know what to tell you, man, except, look at your own heart and make sure your heart and your mind is in the right place, and that you be sensitive to the times that Yah have us in, so that you don't miss him in all of these things. Hey, I'm Pastor Corey with the Straightway Ministries here in Straightway, Kansas City. Want to come and be real and be live with you this morning, share my sentiments, and hopefully shed some light so that you don't miss it. Shalom, shalom, family. Shalom, shalom. Be well.